Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of MOKANDA.
That's our theme song. If you didn't know, now you know. Alright then, so today guys, we're coming at you with what we think, me and Mr. Mokanda, what we think is important what we think is important for a successful and healthy marriage. So it's going to be a 3-part series because there is 3 ingredients for the perfect recipe. And today what we're going to be speaking about,
self-love. So personally, self-love is one of the most important things to have in a marriage.
that is.
The reason why I believe so is someone that doesn't have self-love, yeah, you still can love someone, but your love for that person can also shift. Take example, I don't love myself. I can love me still, yeah? But when we have children, I can end up loving my child more than I love her. So my love for her has shifted to the child. So I will neglect her because I don't know how to love myself, so I barely know how to love her. So I'll put my love onto the child, yet I've neglected my marriage, which will make the marriage.
Alright, I get what you're saying, yeah, but let me play devil's advocate here. Some people, they like to say like, oh, their partner completes them, so that means that they like themselves, not necessarily love, but they think that when they get married that their partner is going to complete them. So
that's, for
do you
me
get what I
personally,
mean?
yeah, I get what you're saying. For me personally, it's the wrong mentality to have because if you think your partner's going to complete you, you're wrong. Because if he's already completed and you think he's going to come and complete you, you're wrong. Because if you ain't complete, you've got nothing to add to him. Example of this. For me as an individual, my wife is only an add-on to my life. She's nothing more than that. She's an add-on to my life. I am complete by myself. I'm happy by me. I'm happy as Hervey. I'm happy to be single. I can live by myself all the days of my life. I don't care. I can live by myself. She's only there to add on to my life. Say example, I'll go there and buy myself. No. I'll say another example. Say example, I'll go there, go to a showroom, I'll buy myself a brand new 2020 plate Golf. Example, German car, one of the best cars in the world. Cool. Long story short, this car's gonna last me for a certain amount of years. What's gonna happen later on is I'm gonna break down or I'm gonna sell it. Same with your marriage. That car is only an add-on to my life. When I get rid of it, I get rid of it. You know what I'm trying to say? She's only an add-on to my life. The day she dies, is either I'm gonna move on or I'm gonna be a baby about it.
Ain't gonna die with me.
Is that none? I don't know about that one.
Exactly.
I don't know about that one. I'm not gonna be a baby.
Sorry.
Is either I'm gonna be a baby about it and remorse about everything that's going on. Believe me, I told her, if you die tomorrow, I'm burning all the pictures that we had together.
You haven't told me this.
Oh, you're about to find out now. I'm burning all the pictures that we had together. I'm deleting. I'm moving on with my life. I'm moving on. Oh, not maybe not the next day, but I'm moving on with my life. You get what I'm trying to say? Bury the dead. I'm burying you, innit? I have to move on with my life. And for me as an individual, I would expect her to do the same. I would expect you to do the same. Maybe, I don't know if she would or not, but I would expect you to do the same. You get what I'm trying to say? That's me personally, me as an individual. Because like I said, I'm happy as Hervey. She's only an add-on to my life. True. Nothing more. She's here to add on to me. And even if she's gone, I am still happy as Hervey. Because I love myself. But if I don't have that self-love,
basically, yeah, she's so extra.
Basically.
Get away from the thing there. But I think as well, like, we can speak, well, I don't know about you necessarily, but especially for me, I can definitely speak from like before having that, like you're saying, that completeness within myself, and then after. I don't know, because like I can say that before, when we was dating and I wasn't necessarily complete, I didn't have self-love, I wasn't very sure of myself, wasn't very secure. So like I would be trying to, like I said, fit you was like the missing piece of the puzzle. So then it's like when you was doing your own thing, when you was, you know, having your own space, like not avoiding me, but just doing your own thing at work, or, you know, not wanting to reply, just doing your thing with your friends or something. It's like I became, what's the word now, like lonely. No, it's not lonely, like I'm just like there, what's the word?
Clingy.
Yeah, clingy. So it's like, because I wasn't very secure in myself, it's like I depend on you now, and then our relationship had friction because I'm always wanting more from you. Because imagine, it's like I've got a missing piece in my chest and you're there trying to fill it, but you're just not the right piece to fill it, because only you yourself can make yourself full. Well, God is the only person, to be honest, but that's your decision. No one else can come and fill that piece. So it's like I was trying to fit you into the piece, but you didn't fit. So it's like I was always wanting more from you, but you're thinking I've literally gave you everything. So it's like it was friction, because I was always being clingy and I was always wanting more, and you're thinking this girl is actually not like leaving me alone.
As well, with this as well, is one thing what you're saying there is because as well we came from two different backgrounds. That's the thing, was we came from two different backgrounds. When you was acting this way, I was thinking myself, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
That's me personally, because for me as a man, I thought myself like, where I've come from, well, not even where I've come from, the way I grew up, I say, all of this emotional stuff, I weren't about it. I weren't about, you know, telling someone that I love them. I weren't about all of these things. So I didn't do it as much as she wanted me to do it. So when I didn't do it, it was a fight.
Problem. Because
like,
imagine that's me, like depending on that for my security.
Yeah.
And that's the wrong foundation. And I think if we carried on that path, I can actually say that we wouldn't be.
Oh yeah, we definitely wouldn't be.
We wouldn't be together, because it's just like, imagine the smallest thing, like you're thinking everything's cool and I'm thinking, hey, why not? Because I'm just going off, like, because I am not complete. And then even on the flip side, if you was in the same situation, it would be the same. But then now that we're both complete and in ourselves, it's like I'm okay to be by myself, he's okay to be by himself. It's okay if I go off with my friends and I go for a day out. It's the same for him. If he wants to go out with his friends, take a trip with his friends, that's fine, because we're both complete by ourselves. So it's not like I've made you, this is deep, what I'm about to say. It's not like I've made you my God, because when you don't have, you're gonna explode.
Boom! That's what I have. That's what you call a bloody faith bomb straight away.
Because it's literally because when you don't have yourself, when you're not complete within yourself, and that completeness, like I said before, comes from God, you make your partner your God, because you don't know how to love yourself, so you think that happiness comes from them.
Let's leave that. What you said there was actually something mad. Well, let's leave that for the next episode.
For the second part of the recipe.
Don't miss it, because like we said, we're here to drop obviously bombs about love, but we're gonna add a faith side to it, because obviously I'm Christian, my wife's Christian, and we're gonna add our, you know, faith side to everything. So yeah, with what we've said here, self-love is something that's just so important. Okay,
before we go, to give them tips, because they might be hearing what we're saying but thinking, how can one obtain self-love? So what tips could we give?
How could one obtain self-love?
I think first of all, what would be a good start, you need to identify areas where you're lacking self-love. So that might seem so obvious, but you need to identify things that you're insecure about, whether it's your looks or, I don't know, it can be things. People are insecure about many different things. So it could be like from your looks, or from, I don't know, like the way you speak, or the things that you do. You might be insecure about the things that you can do or the things that you can't do. So you need to identify what your insecurities are, what you have doubt about yourself, and write those down, I would say, because when you write it down, it's always easier to remain focused on the things, because if you think about them, how many things do we think in a day, so we'll forget them. So I would say write them down so you know what you're working against as one.
And I'll say another thing, invest in yourself. Because if you're not complete as an individual, you will not be complete as what's the word? Yes. If you're not complete as an individual, you'll not be complete as a couple.
Literally.
Invest in you until you are happy by yourself. That's when you can make somebody else happy. Because your role in a marriage isn't to make yourself happy, but it's to make the other person happy.
Yeah.
So truly invest in you. You are your own product, in other words.
Literally.
You are your own product. Yeah, your own project. Perfect your project. Perfect yourself.
And then
you know what I'm trying to say?
Project.
Yeah.
Wow, I completed this one, baby. I'm joking. Yeah, so like write down the areas which you need to remove this self-doubt or this insecurity. Take time to invest in yourself, and even like positive affirmations, especially from a girl's point of view. Like a lot of things are always in your head, or you might look at yourself and think, oh, like no one will ever love me like this, or I don't like the way that I look, so of course my partner's not gonna like. Don't say those things. Don't even say them mentally or even like physically. Don't say them with your mouth or don't say them with your mind, because you need to combat these negative thoughts, because those things are actually going to be like such a blockage. So when these things come to your mind, you need to be saying things like, no, my partner is going to love me for me. The person I'm going to marry is going to love me and is going to make me feel like the Beyonce of this world, honey.
And another thing, for me as an individual, insult yourself.
Insult
yourself.
Told her to say positive. I ain't saying insult.
Me as an individual, I'm going to tell you straight. I am the ugliest person alive. My hairline gone straight. I'm raw.
Why you think the cap?
My hairline gone. Forehead big. Forehead big. But you can tell you about myself. I love myself the way I am, and nobody can take that away from me. If you come and insult me in my face, I'm gonna tell you, listen, yeah, I am sexy regardless, brother. Ha ha.
M-O-K.
A-N-D. Hey.
No, but guys, literally, I can't stress enough how much you need to be whole, because it's like 1 add 1 equals great thing. But 0 is 0.
Oh, how are you just gonna do that to me? I know it looks mad.
Yeah, but 1 and 1 equals great things. But if 0 and 0, you equal nothing. So work on yourself first and stay tuned for the next episode.
Anyways, 1 and 1 equals 2, by the way, so you know.
Stay tuned for the next episode, because we're gonna be adding more to the recipe, and
we're gonna be mixing ingredients in the next one. Mixing ingredients, showing you who should be the first love in your life. You know what I'm trying to say? Stay tuned. Don't miss it. Next week.
We have been the Mokandas. Thank you for watching.
Peace.